How's it going, Steezy fam? This is the video I feel like we've kind of all been waiting for. And I'm going to set the mood a little bit by turning this volume up just a bit. Just a bit. Let's put it there. Hopefully that's in a good spot. I just did a whole video actually, but I felt like the background music was too loud, so I'm doing it again. And I think that's actually maybe a good thing because I don't know, I feel a little bit more polished maybe after getting a lot of things off my chest and out instead of, you know, because these things are kind of unscripted, so it's easy to get a little off topic or something maybe. So we're going to try to keep it short and simple enough, if that makes sense. So yeah, here we go. Welcome, Steezy fam. I just finished listening to the whole album. Well, Evermore and Folklore. Folklore and Evermore, I guess I should say. So this is the video where I talk about how I felt about the last two albums. But I also want to talk about how I got into these two albums real quick. So if you know me from the beginning, I released some videos reacting to Taylor Swift content, and my reactions weren't too positive, and the comment section definitely rejected a lot of things that I had to say about the content, and that's totally understandable because I, you know, kind of attacking the ideas, so to speak. But I know you guys understand this now if you guys are longer term viewers, that I came in, as a lot of people do probably, as somebody that just knew Taylor Swift's music as another like radio hit person, with pop songs that you maybe don't like so much sometimes. It just depends. But yeah, in my case, like there was a lot of songs that were kind of annoying and I didn't really want to hear them, but you know, I'm at some grocery store or whatever, restaurant maybe, and it's just playing and I kind of have to listen to it because it's just in the background, you know. It wasn't consensual, so to speak. And if you've been listening to my content enough, you probably already know that I kind of have a strong opinion about music that is on the radio these days. I just feel like there's a lot of compromises that have been made to the music now that I just can't really get over. Like, you know, the lyrics and stuff, I'm kind of tired of a lot of the stuff just being about like breakups, you know, or some kind of love song that just feels like there's just nothing interesting going on. Musically or conceptually, it's just some dumb breakup song that's like, it hurt my feelings, you know, and I don't know when I'll get over you. Or some stuff about like sex, money, drugs, you know, and bitches. Whatever. Yeah, her music on the radio was kind of alongside a lot of stuff like that, so my opinion was coming from a place more or less like that. But I knew somewhere deep down that Taylor Swift's got to be capable of music that I would probably appreciate and like more. So I did my videos, I ranted, which is part of why I started this channel. I wanted to get some of my opinions out of off of my chest, so to speak, and I did that, and the comment section eventually led me to checking out Folklore and Evermore. And I gotta say, these two albums are so cool, they're so good, and they totally I guess I don't want to say changed my opinion on Taylor Swift, because I feel like my opinion, I knew it wasn't really complete. I knew that my opinion was coming from a place that I just explained, and I knew that there has to be something more because she's been around for so long and she hasn't just had the success that she's had for no reason, you know. So I figured that there must be some work of hers that represents that better. And that's part of why I made the effort to get to these albums, so to speak. But I think the timing just worked out well. Had I done this a few years ago, I'm not sure that she would have albums or songs out there that I would really appreciate to the same level that I do appreciate these. So I'll talk about these two albums real quick. Evermore and Folklore. I guess I should say Folklore first. Let me tell you what my top three songs are. So I'm not really putting these in an order necessarily, but my top three songs off of Folklore are The Last Great American Dynasty, Invisible String. I really like the concept. I really like the story of Last Great American Dynasty. I actually really like the music a lot, and I always kind of did, but I didn't really get the story. Like, I kind of pieced it together, just, you know, but I had no idea that she actually got this house and stuff. And once I understood that, and it just put things together a lot better for me. And I guess that's the case sometimes with some of her songs. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot more to understand than you would think if you don't have all the context on her history and background and whatever. So I like that one a lot. And the concept of Invisible String was just really cool, kind of touching. And I guess it's a bonus album because it's on the deluxe one, but I thought The Lakes was such a cool song. And this song might have surprised me pleasantly more so than anything else that I heard. It just caught me so off guard. In a wonderful way, too. And I'll always associate that surprise and that shock with why I like the song so much. You know, obviously musically and stuff, I really enjoy it and I appreciate it, but part of that definitely has to do with the shock factor that it had for me. So those are my top 3 for Folklore. Let me know what your top 3 are. And now I'm going to talk about the top 3 for Evermore. So I guess in no particular order, I'm going to put... What's the first one I want to choose? Because I have 1 and 2 that I know are my favorites. But the one that maybe isn't like an absolute no questions asked favorite on the album, there's quite a few that are competing for that spot. It's really tough to say which one. Honestly, it kind of sucks that I have to pick. But damn. I tried to have this figured out before the video, but I kind of wanted to go into unscripted and sort of go through the motions of having to make this decision a little more in person. And I kind of thought I already figured it out, but I guess I don't. So whatever song I decide, actually, I guess you can still take it with a grain of salt, because you can tell that I'm not super decided on what the third song would be. But I guess I know some songs that it wouldn't be. But okay, you know what? I'll tell you this. I guess I'm kind of cheating, but the songs that are kind of competing for the third spot are, I would say, Dorothea, Ivy, and Long Story Short. I know those are all like right in order of each other. And Willow or Tolerate It. I think the musicality of Willow is super cool. I said Willow, right? of Willow is really cool. Tolerate It is just an excellent song, really strong and interesting lyrics. Ivy also, just a really like funny kind of song idea. And yeah, I don't know, I guess I don't have too much to elaborate on why those 3 or those 5 songs that I listed off are competing for the third spot, but I don't know. Any of those ones could pick, and I guess I'm not picking and I'm asking you to pick, but whatever, you guys can cheat a little bit if you want to, but try to pick your top 3. So after those, my next 2 choices, actually like going up on the list, if I was to do it in order from least to favorite, it would be like, you know, top 3. So my second and first after that would be Nobody No Crime. I thought that was such a cool song, and really took me by surprise, like and just like kind of the intensity, the gruesomeness of it, but it kind of snuck up on me too, but the musical idea of it was so dope. I just thought it's such an awesome and fun, cool sounding song. And it reminded me of Last Dance with Mary Jane, or Mary Jane's Last Dance. God, nobody calls that song that name. Check it out, Tom Petty, if you haven't already. I mentioned that in my last reaction video. You'll be glad you checked it out if you did, or if you do. And I wonder, is my next choice a surprise to anyone? Because my favorite song on the album is Happiness. I would actually consider that to maybe be one of her best songs ever, and I consider that to be a masterpiece song. Because I said a lot of what I want to say now. Like, you can watch my reaction, I guess, if you want to see how I felt more in depth and in real time. But as I've kind of processed my opinions on the song, and I've listened to the whole thing now, the whole album, I do consider it a masterpiece now. and the maturity that it shows is so cool because I don't know. Didn't I just say this earlier though about like how so many breakup songs and whatever are just like your generic boring like my feelings were hurt or maybe you cheated on me or something kind of song, and it's like how many songs like that are out there? But this one takes like the cliche of just a breakup and the pain that comes with it, but it has a much more nuanced story that takes a lot of maturity to understand actually, and in some regards it's like more realistic. As you grow as a person and your like your needs and your expectations in a relationship develop a lot more deeply, I think that song to me, I mean, just lyrically and also just everything about it, it's so good. It's such an awesome and well-written song, but I really love that I think the thing that song really revealed to me too is that Taylor Swift does have like such a big audience, but an audience that is unique in the sense that an idea and a concept like this can be received and understood and appreciated. Because I feel like a lot of artists that are also big names out there, I think obviously Taylor Swift is kind of in a league of her own, but you know, there's a lot of other famous artists out there that release albums and stuff, but I don't think it's the same. I don't think the relationship with the fan base is the same. Because she's had a fan base for a long time that goes back quite a while, and I think it just really showcases how much the audience has grown alongside Taylor and her work. And that song to me especially is like a testament to that. Not just because the song actually made it all the way through to an album release, but the fact that people really just highly regard and respect this song so much, and that to me is just beautiful to see, that she has an audience like that and is able to do music like that, because I think a lot of famous musicians kind of have to do what's in, if you know what I mean. And this album, I don't really feel like anything on this album is trying to be a pop song or some radio hit. I know Willow had some radio play and stuff, but it doesn't really feel or sound like anything else on there. And it fits into the context of the album for sure very well. I know there's some kind of weird songs on there, but yeah, in the context of the album they all make sense. But yeah, Happiness just stands out as a masterpiece to me in a way that is pretty unique too. Again, just the maturity and the depth that it brings to the nuances of a breakup story. It's really, really good. I appreciate it so much, and I just think it's one of those songs that's like good for people. It's good for you, like you kind of grow as a person to hear that song and understand that song and appreciate that song. Yeah, it's just wonderful. It's so awesome. So those are my top 3 from the 2 albums. And if I had to pick between Evermore and Folklore, I would personally just say that I like Evermore better. I'm not going to say it's the better album because that's like a subjective thing, but it is a fact that I like the Evermore album a little better. And I think it's mostly just because there are maybe a couple songs on here that I like more than my favorites on Folklore. That's really all. If I have to tally up how much I like the songs, I feel like I like a few more songs on Evermore, but the songs that I do like the most on each album, I just still like the songs on Evermore more. So that's, I don't know. I know these albums kind of go together, so it almost feels funny to like compare one to the other, but they are different albums at the same time. So tell me what your favorite of the 2 albums are, and tell me what your favorite 3 songs are from each of the albums, and you're welcome to go into as much detail as you like about why. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say right now about that. Really appreciate this whole journey and you guys being a part of it. This has been so cool, and I think something I should do in the near future is start some kind of social media thing, because people do ask every now and then. So you know, let me know, is Instagram or Twitter better for you, because I think I'm only going to use one or the other. I think once my channel gets to a big enough point, I can actually like use stories kind of, and YouTube will allow you to use your channel as somewhat of a like a social media type platform. But I don't think my channel's quite there yet, but maybe soon. I'm not really sure how many subscribers I'm supposed to have, but I do need more for that at least. But yeah, let me know, Instagram or Twitter. And let me know what kind of future content you guys want to see. I know you guys have mentioned documentaries and stuff, and this is definitely the video to do that now. Like, now that I've gone through the album, and I don't have to do the album, what else would you guys like to see me comment on or react to, etc.? I know that she did a Grammy performance that I want to check out, and I'll try to do a reaction to. Again, I'm not sure if the copyright's going to be different for that, because it's like Grammys content technically, I think, so we'll see if YouTube is okay with that. So far, Taylor Swift's, or whoever like owns the music, has allowed for the reaction content to be uploaded, because I'm technically using her content in the background. So just the fact that it's a part of this video means that I'm using copywritten content to upload additional content, and the only reason it's acceptable is because it's very clear that I'm not claiming the content in the video is mine. I'm clearly you know, commenting on it. I'm not saying, hey, this is me, or like pretending that I'm Taylor Swift or something. So they're okay with me using it. But that being said, you're actually not really allowed to monetize the videos, and I don't monetize the videos right now anyway, but they monetize those videos, funny enough. So like me doing these commentaries with Taylor Swift's copywritten work, any ad that you see or whatever revenue is generated from this video, it goes to her or whoever owns the rights to the music, because her content is being used in the video. So I guess that's kind of the deal. I'm allowed to make the content, but they're making the money off of it. And I'm building a little following in the meantime, so I guess it's all good. But I suppose if like this whole thing is supposed to be like a sustainable thing that I can put more time into or something, I'd like to make some content that I would be able to, you know, more or less monetize or something. We'll figure it out. There's some clever ways to actually, you know, turn this into a little bit more of a thing, but we'll see what it is. And no matter what happens with this channel, honesty and integrity are always going to be like a core value of this channel. I would not have it any other way. So I feel like you guys kind of already know that, though. Any of the longtime viewers, the true Steezy fam, you guys know. So I guess for now I'll leave it at that. I said a lot of stuff in my other videos, but I kind of went off on my tangents and stuff, and I think the background music was a little too loud, so I just wanted to re-record it. So this is a little bit more of a compressed version of what I said before, but yeah, really good to be able to do these videos and just have an audience that listens and cares, because one of the reasons I started this video, this whole channel I mean, is just to get my opinions and expressions out there, because I don't feel like I have a place for them sometimes. You know, I might feel a certain way about certain songs or whatever. It could be anything. And I just want a place where I can kind of rant and be understood. And hopefully, you know, provide entertaining content at the time. So it's just a healthy outlet for me, if that makes sense. And I think it's turned into a little bit more than that now. But yeah, let's keep it going and see what more can be done. I think this is a really cool start. I think the relationship that we have as you know, me as the content creator and you guys as the viewers of the content, and you know, we communicate through these videos and the comments. I think it's really cool, and you guys also communicate amongst yourselves, and you guys also give me ideas and stuff. Like, I wouldn't have gotten to these videos if it weren't for people in the comments section suggesting her latest albums, Evermore and Folklore. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Like, we're all kind of winning from this. It's really good. So I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching, and yeah, like, subscribe, comment with what I told you to comment about before, you know, your favorites on the album and all that jazz. Yeah, we'll leave it at that before my voice runs out. It's a nice piano. All right, well, that'll be all for now. I'll see you guys in a future video. Yeah, take care. Good to have you here. Good to be here. Signing off for now. I'll be back. Bye. Oh, I put my microphone back already? Hold on. I got a little more something to say. So I'm going to get real close to the microphone here. And I was just reading my comment section, actually, from a different video that I uploaded. One thing I want to know, how did you get into Taylor Swift? Because you guys know how I got into Taylor Swift, and it's basically because of you guys. I know I kind of started this journey on my own, but a lot of people became a part of it, and the comment section led me to the content that I've been reviewing and reacting to for the last few months or so. So that's how I got into Taylor Swift. How did you get into Taylor Swift? Yeah, because, you know, I discovered her from the radio, as probably most people did, but where did you take it after that, if that makes sense? And maybe that wasn't your first exposure to her, but it certainly was mine. So, yeah, how did you get exposed, and when did you decide to take it further? Let me know in the comments. Alright, that's officially all for now. I will see you guys in another video. Alright, bye. I'm just gonna let the video kind of black out and the piano music will fade out nicely. It'll be a nice little fade out. Yeah, it's nice. That's good. Very professional. Subscribe. Subscribe. Like the video. Comment. The algorithm will thank you.